Hi everybody, we are on box 15 of Sylvia Kleinden's collection, and I'm Jenny Taliadoris, and I'm the publisher of the Paper Doll Review magazine, and I run the Paper Studio Press publishing company, as well as a number of paper dolls we produce through Paper Doll Review. And these are all items from longtime collector Sylvia Kleinden. She's been collecting paper dolls since girlhood, but then as an adult, probably more from the 1970s forward. And I have been tasked with selling her paper doll collection, which includes some other ephemera relating to fashion, movies, art. You just never know what you're going to come across when I open these boxes. And I'm listing them on my website, paperdollreview.com, as I have time. And off the bat, we're looking at artwork by Brenda Sneathen Mattox. This set is from 2001. And Brenda and Sylvia were very close. And in fact, Brenda credits Sylvia for getting her into drawing paper dolls as an adult. And they met through their shared interest in vintage fashion. And I think Brenda has the ability to do line work like the illustrations of the Victorian era, the late 1800s, early 1900s. Her work is just wonderful. I think this is dated 1988. So a lot of her sets from the 80s and into the 90s were done in black and white, which was similar to a lot of paper doll artists who were drawing at that time, simply because color printing was not affordable, not very accessible, and a lot of the artists came from the fashion illustration background, so they just had very strong skills in line art, as evidenced in Brenda's work. Oh, look, this is just some colorful cardstock. Let's get that out of the way here. Oh, a Jane Withers paper doll stuck right inside one of these old sticky photo albums. And just a cute old learning book. Here's something by Tom Tierney. Self-published edition from 2004. Oh, let's see. It was a souvenir, actually, from the 2005 Paper Doll Convention. And here's something, one of the advertising premiums, I believe this was, probably from the 1880s, 1890s. Okay, you know what this is? This is the Montgomery Ward catalog from 1945. It sure doesn't look like a catalog, but Sylvia has it sealed in plastic to show off the dolls of that era. It's all sealed up, otherwise I would open it up and give you a peek. So I'm just going to set that aside for now. Okay, now we're moving into paper dolls from doll magazines. This is from 1997, and this looks like an ad. Oh, just a mix of things. Okay, here's some more doll magazine paper dolls. Doll Reader, 1987. In the 80s and early 90s, the doll magazines often printed paper dolls in their pages. and it was a great place for paper doll artists to show their full color work. Here's some very old articles. What? 1966, the Dion Quintuplets Celebrity Doll Club. And this was an Emma Terry publication. And she, wow. People would go to libraries and look up specialty publications, and that's how they would find out about things like this. 1969. I did not know she was doing things like this back in the 60s. And look, there she is showing paper dolls. Fantastic. Now we've zoomed up to 1990 for a paper doll article. Okay, now 2013. Deanna Williams, program for a convention out in California. So it looks like a souvenir by Larry Basson. There's a paper doll of a cactus wearing a hat. So they like to do paper doll menus, which was a fun souvenir. And here's something by Ralph Hodgson. Very glamorous. These are all souvenirs from that convention. I think I'll sell them separately because I don't know if all of the souvenirs are here together to sell them as a whole grouping. This is by Bruce, Patrick Jones, Zorro, David Wolfs. We just found one of these. I think it might have been in my own archives, or I don't know if Sylvia had an extra one. It seems like I just posted this on my website. And here's a group paper doll book from that convention. Brenda, Norma Lumian, Marilyn Henry, Greg Nystrom, Quinn Rudy Miller, and Linda Horner. Okay, a Ginny convention looks like. Ginny doll. I know that Sylvia loved the Ginny doll and did paper dolls of Ginny. And look at this. Audrey Kaiser did a paper doll in here. Is that another paper doll? Yep, by Sandy Vanderpool. Well, that's why, well, I can't say that's why Sylvia kept it, because Sylvia kept just about everything. And, oh goody, a piece of random tape here. Let's get rid of this. Okay. Anna Pavlova by Brenda Mattox, gorgeous. And this looks like a, oh, I should mention that was from, Brenda said it was $40. That's usually what her sets went for, around that price range. And here's a little catalog of Charlotte Watley's paper dolls from, this says 1988. And again, you're seeing all that black and white line art. Peggy Jo Rosamond. Wacky paper doll by Marianne Anderson. This is the dog from Buster Brown, I believe, and just one outfit, and it's all by itself. Here's one of Sylvia's paper dolls of dolls. And look, there's a photo reference that she used to draw the doll and costume. Well, here's one of the paper dolls that you attach the dolls with by stringing the outfits on through little punched holes. Oh my goodness, look at that. I've seen a Shirley Temple set with brads where you just poke the little brad through, but this is, I haven't seen this one where you lace on the outfits. They're so cute, aren't they? It seems like these girls don't belong. Maybe Shirley Temple is playing paper dolls. You know what? It is. I think Shirley Temple is playing paper dolls with these dolls. Is that the case? I don't know. Maybe this is completely mixed up and it's different dolls in here. Okay, let's move on. And here's another paper doll of a doll and Sylvia's reference photo. Let's see how she pulled it off. Okay, here is Doll Making Magazine and a paper doll by Amy Albert Bloom. She was just the co-host of the Morgantown Paper Doll Luncheon. And here's a paper doll she did in 1987. This is, can you see what the cover looks like? Doll Making. $19.89. I can't see the artist name on that from here. Here's a 1982 paper doll by Charles Ventura. He's much sought after, his work. Here's a Ginny doll, paper doll by Pat Stahl. 1984. Okay, Katie Keene magazine. Oh, this is one of my favorite images of all of the Katie Keene magazines. Katie's head in an abstract design. Fabulous. Well, we know there's going to be paper dolls in here, right? Let's see what we can find. Oh, there we go. Oh, look, outer space outfits. I'm currently putting together an issue of sci-fi style for the magazine, so maybe I'll set this aside in case I need a filler. I am showcasing Katie Keene on the cover of that issue, so at some point you'll see that pop up on my website. Oh, there's more rocket pinups. Very appropriate for my theme. Oh, look, and another excellent example of future fashion for Katie Keene and Randy's Rocket Designs. Well, how timely. And it looks like she was doing a trade with somebody here. A lady who did her own version of Katie Keene paper dolls. I won't go through all of those, but I'm going to try to set this aside, that bundle. Oh, Robert Tonner paper doll. Of course, many of you will be familiar with Robert Tonner dolls. I don't know where this came from. There's no indication. If it was inside a magazine or if it was from a convention. Oh, Film Fun magazine from 1938. I have not come across this one. 38. It appears to be a lot of scantily clad starlets of the era. And looking at some of these captions, some of them are in film production, some are in Broadway shows. But you know what? What a great resource for poses for paper dolls. And Sylvia was just a huge fan of classic Hollywood and ephemera relating to Hollywood. And then, of course, she was a paper doll artist, so she would find this appealing for many reasons. Oh, what a fun find. So there's a couple of these. I will just move on. Here is a very tacky room scene called Mexicali with no reference of why there's not only one but two of these. Now, collector and creative visionary Val Dean is going to want these. I should just set them aside and include them with her next order because she creates backdrop scenes for her paper dolls. So she'll do a paper doll, dress the doll, and then put them in a scene. And it could be paper dolls by other artists or vintage paper dolls. They could be dressed in their original clothes, or she'll create clothes for them. Okay, Photo Play. That's a little more well-known movie magazine than the last one. Oh, look at that. Another marvelous interior. Do we see the date on this? 1950. Okay, just a little peek at that. And this, okay, the color and cut. Sometimes the conventions would include a color and cut set. So it appears Sylvia has already started coloring this one, but it's just a bunch of paper dolls. Seem to be fitting the theme, or maybe not. Provided by lots of different artists. Here's a Jim Howard, Lone Ranger and Tonto. Here's Marilyn Henry's, Shirley Temple. It's a fun way for people to have more paper dolls. Oh, don't I love this by Darlene Jones. I don't remember seeing this one, even though I got all the paper dolls from that convention. Oh, that's another Jim Howard. Very nice. I would love to see what Val Dean would do, coloring all of these sets, cutting them out, putting them in backgrounds. She just creates an entire paper doll universe for herself and then shares them online, on Facebook usually. Oh, so this is the last thing, and this is a paper doll book by David Wolf for my Paper Studio Press Publishing Company. It was done in 2009. And we did this in conjunction with the Adrian Estate. I don't remember who we worked with, if he had a son or a nephew. I can't remember right now. Of course, it was 2009. That was some time ago. And then David would always do a write-up in each one of his books. Oh, don't I love this design on the back cover with these amazing sketches. Wonderful. Thanks, everybody. Remember, check into paperdollreview.com. And thanks for watching.